Hey friends, Penny Powers here. This is Spending Well. Tap subscribe and let's get smarter about money together.
So, settle in, because today, we're doing something a little different. We're taking a quiz. Not about compound interest formulas or how to read a balance sheet, although we could totally do that another time if you're into it, but about life. Specifically, the rhythm of spending. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. Money isn't just math. It's music. It's got a beat, a tempo, seasons, and yes, even a little choreography if you're doing it right. And some purchases, they only make sense once a year. Not because of Black Friday deals or end-of-season clearance sales, but because of rhythm, ritual, and sheer, beautiful practicality. Ready to see how well you know your own spending soundtrack? Let's go! Question number 1, emotional ritual. Picture this: pumpkins in October, wrapping paper in December, chocolate bunnies at Easter, fireworks on the 4th of July. Now, be honest with yourself. Do we buy these things because we need them? Like, A, yes, they are a functional necessity for survival. Or B, because it's the season, and to do otherwise would feel emotionally, spiritually, perhaps even legally wrong. Come on, you know the answer. It's B, obviously B. And that's not a bad thing. Let me tell you why. We live in a world that loves to shame emotional spending. Don't buy things based on feelings, they say. Make a budget. Stick to the plan. And sure, yeah, I'm all for budgets. I literally teach people how to build them. But here's what the boring financial advice crew misses. Rituals aren't weaknesses. They're the glue that holds our memories together. That pumpkin on your porch? It's not just a gourd. It's autumn. It's nostalgia. It's the smell of cinnamon and the crunch of leaves and that one perfect Saturday you spent at the farm with your kids or your friends or your dog who ate half a hay bale and threw up in the car on the way home. Rituals make terrible spreadsheets, but they make excellent memories. And memories, my friends, are priceless. So here's your tip. Emotional and seasonal items don't need to be justified with logic. They need to be timed. Buy the pumpkin in October, not July. Buy the wrapping paper in December, not March. Honor the rhythm, respect the ritual, and don't let anyone make you feel bad about it. Question 2, practical seasonal logic. Okay, let's shift gears from the heart to the head. Sunscreen, mosquito spray, charcoal for the grill, ice pops. Do you buy them A, whenever the mood strikes, or B, right before the season hits? Because once the weather turns, you'll pay more, wait longer, or, let's be real, forget entirely, and end up looking like a lobster at the family reunion. The answer is B, and this is where emotion meets efficiency in the most beautiful way. This is what I call the efficiency ledger. You're not buying because you feel warm and fuzzy inside. You're buying because you're smart. You're a strategic genius. You're playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Think about it. What happens if you try to buy sunscreen in July when it's 95 degrees and everyone's headed to the beach? The shelves are empty, the prices are jacked up, and you end up with some off-brand SPF 4 that smells like old tires. But if you stock up in late April or early May, right before peak season, you're golden. Literally. Here's the thing I learned the hard way. Back when I was running my first business and thought I could just order supplies whenever I needed them. Spoiler alert, you can't. Timing is everything. Buy when you'll actually use the thing, not when they'll stash it in a garage or closet and forget about it for 2 years. Seasonal logic isn't just practical, it's profitable. You save money, you save time, and you save yourself from that panicked last-minute Target run where you buy 17 things you don't need because the cart looked lonely. Question 3, the harvest window. All right, this one's for my foodies and my quality-conscious crew. Olive oil, fresh apples, citrus, honey. Do you buy them A, whenever you remember you're out, or B, during the harvest months because freshness, flavor, and price all peak at the exact same glorious time? If you said B, give yourself a gold star and possibly a round of applause because you, my friend, understand something profound. Nature has a calendar. Grocery stores just pretend to. Let me explain. Walk into any supermarket in America right now, January, and you'll see strawberries. Beautiful, red, perfect-looking strawberries. And they will taste like absolutely nothing because they were grown in a greenhouse in another hemisphere, picked before they were ripe, shipped thousands of miles, and gassed with ethylene to turn them red. That's not a strawberry. That's a lie with seeds. But if you buy strawberries in late spring or early summer, when they're actually in season locally, oh my gosh, that's a completely different experience. That's flavor. That's nutrition. That's value for your dollar. Same goes for apples in the fall, citrus in winter, tomatoes in summer. The harvest window isn't just about taste, it's about economics. When something is abundant, prices drop. When it's fresh, quality soars. When you align your purchasing with nature's rhythm, you win on every level. So here's your tip. Follow the harvest, not the marketing. Learn what's in season when, shop accordingly, and watch your grocery budget stretch further while your meals taste infinitely better. Nature's got this whole thing figured out. We just need to pay attention. Question 4. The infrastructure moment. Okay, this one's sneaky because most people don't even realize they do it. Foil pans, baking supplies, batteries, candles, extension cords. Do we purchase these things A, randomly throughout the year whenever we happen to think of them? Or B, in one specific annual moment when households quietly, almost instinctively, prepare for guests, power outages, holiday chaos, and the possibility that someone will ask you to bring a casserole to Thanksgiving and you won't have a pan that fits in your oven? The answer, of course, is B. And this is fascinating to me because it reveals something about how we actually live versus how we think we live. We like to imagine we're these totally rational, evenly paced consumers making thoughtful decisions year-round, but in reality, we have an infrastructure season, usually November and December. That's when everyone, and I mean everyone, suddenly remembers they need batteries for the smoke detector, candles in case the power goes out during a winter storm, extra utensils because Aunt Karen is bringing 12 people, and enough aluminum foil to wrap the Statue of Liberty. Here's what's smart about this. There's wisdom in the crowd. Listen to this plan before we finish. When everyone's buying the same thing at the same time, it means stores stock up, competition drives prices down, and selection is at its peak. You're not being a sheep, you're being strategic. The infrastructure moment exists for a reason. It's when households shift from everyday mode to hosting mode, from solo living to community living, from it's just me to it's 37 of us, and someone's gluten-free. So lean into it. Stock up when everyone else does. Make your list in early November. Get your infrastructure in order. Because come December 23rd, when you realize you don't have batteries and every store within a 15-mile radius is sold out, you're going to wish you'd listened to Penny. Question 5. The storage rule. Last one, and this is the reality check we all need. If an item takes up space for 365 days a year, should you A, never buy it in bulk, or B, only buy it once a year at the exact moment you actually need it? The answer is B. And here's why this matters more than you think. Storage space is real estate. I'm serious. That garage, that closet, that shelf in your basement, that's square footage. And square footage costs money. Whether you're paying rent, a mortgage, or just dealing with the opportunity cost of not being able to park your car in the garage because it's full of stuff you bought in bulk at Costco 3 years ago and never used, storage has a price tag. So before you buy 12 bottles of ketchup because they're on sale, ask yourself, where will I put these? How long will they sit there? What am I giving up by dedicating that space to condiments instead of, I don't know, functioning as a human being who can find their winter coat without an archaeological dig? The best inventory is no inventory until you need it. Buy seasonal items seasonally. Buy holiday items before the holiday, not 6 months before when you'll forget you have them. Respect your space like you respect your money, because they're connected. Every square foot you clutter is a square foot you're not using for something better. Okay, so how'd you do? If you got mostly B's, congratulations. You're emotionally literate, seasonally efficient, and quietly very, very good at living. You understand that money isn't just about accumulation. It's about allocation. It's about timing. It's about rhythm. And if you got a few A's, no judgment. That's why we're here. That's why we talk about this stuff. Because nobody teaches you the rhythm of spending. Nobody sits you down and says, hey, there's a reason everyone buys wrapping paper in December and not July. We just absorb these patterns through osmosis and hope for the best. But now you know. Now you've got the framework. And here's what I want you to remember. Whether you're buying pumpkins, or olive oil, or batteries, or building a whole financial future. Money is math, yes, but spending is rhythm. And when you learn to move with the rhythm instead of against it, everything gets easier. Everything flows. You stop fighting yourself. Stop second-guessing. Stop wondering why you're always running out of the things you need at the worst possible time. You start living in sync with the seasons, with the calendar, with the natural ebb and flow of life. And that, my friends, is when money stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a tool. A tool you control. A tool that works for you. So go forth. Buy your pumpkins in October. Stock up on sunscreen in May. Get your olive oil during harvest season. Prep your infrastructure in November. And for the love of all things financially sound, respect your storage space. This is Penny Howers reminding you, you've got this. You're smarter than you think. And I'm always here, ready to help you get even smarter. Until next time, stay savvy, stay strategic, and keep those dollars making sense.
Brought to you by Inception Point AI. Subscribe, like, and comment for more.